Hey guys. Well, the wild card playoffs are in the books. I went 2-2. I got both AFC wild card teams right to win. I didn't get the wild cards one right, and I'll get to that in a minute. How I was a little frustrated with the Cowboys and Lions game, and I did get my picks locked in for the division round, and but I'm gonna get to them in a minute. But it's gonna be a little tough right now. Over the weekend on Sunday, we lost one of the great analysts in our generation, Stewart Scott, and it's kind of a little emotional for me for that. And because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be into sports like I am now. I wouldn't get into the Patriots, no Celtics, no Bruins, no Red Sox. I probably wouldn't have been interested in sports at all if it wasn't for him. Stewart Scott made me a sports fan. He made me watch ESPN all the time. He got me so excited to watch him. He was so entertaining to watch. I always watched him every night on SportsCenter just to get have his catchphrases all the time. I really loved his catchphrases. I'm too emotional to do that right now. Do his catchphrases I would do. Right now, I want to send his thoughts and prayers out to his family, his kids, his two daughters, his I believe he had a current wife and his ex-wife. I wanted to send his thoughts and prayers out to his family. And I just wanted to let them know I want to give my condolences out to them. Stewart Scott, you will definitely be missed, and you're in a better place right now. I'm sorry, I'm a little too emotional about it. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to cry on this, but it's been really hard. And have one of my favorite analysts being passed away. I wouldn't be watching ESPN if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm gonna try to get my picks in right now and talk about my complaints about the wild card picture. So, anyways, I'm gonna start off with the division picks right now. I got my Patriots over the Ravens. And the reason being is because there's Rob Gronkowski and Darrelle Revis together. Darrelle Revis on the cornerback on the defensive side. Rob Gronkowski the tight end on the offensive side. I think it's going to make a difference on both sides of the ball and that. And with the Ravens, I know they got Joe Flacco. Flacco is a good quarterback when it comes to the playoff time. The only problem is he has a few good defensive players in there, but no Ray Lewis. How can you be in the playoffs without Ray Lewis? It's kind of a hard mix, but I would expect it to be a tough game, but I don't know about I don't know about the Ravens beating the Patriots without Ray Lewis. And I know the Steelers, I can understand they beat the Steelers because the Steelers had no running game. That's where their problem was. But I think the Patriots are going to be a tougher test for them for that point. But we're going to have to wait and see. But I'm going to pick the Patriots over the Ravens. As for the other AFC team, the Broncos and Colts, I got the Broncos over the Colts. Reason being is, I know Peyton Manning is not in his zone right now, but I truly think he's going to probably start clicking in right now in the division round. So I'll be a little surprised if the Colts win it for a little reasons, because Andrew Luck, he's an okay quarterback, but he needs to learn how to win when it matters the most. He knows how to win games, but he doesn't really know how to win in the playoffs and go really far in the division round. I mean, I think he could do it finally over the Broncos, but I don't know if about the Broncos, though. I think he has a better shot now than he did last year. But I'm going to still roll with Denver by at least 3 points, at least. But that's going to be a tough game, too. But I'm still going to roll with the Broncos in that. I think Peyton Manning still has a little something up his sleeve or two with at least one more playoff round or so. I know Manning's going to come back next year, but I don't know. He doesn't look like the same that he was the year before. I think it kind of rolled him out, but we're going to have to wait and see what he does. And for the NFC side, I got the Seahawks over the Panthers. Now, for the Panthers case, they had the same reason with the Ravens. They beat the Steelers because the Steelers had no running game. The Cardinals had no offense at all. They've been hurt all year. They had no quarterback or nothing. So, and going to Seattle in Seattle, that's really tough. I don't know I would stand a chance with Carolina winning that game. I think that's going to be a tough one. With the problem with the crowd noise and everything else, and it's only Cam Newton in Carolina. Who else is there besides Cam Newton? Anyone tell me? But that's the thing about with the Seahawks and Panthers game right now. And for the next one, it's the Packers and Cowboys. They're all talking about it's the Ice Bowl too. I'm guessing it may be like that, but I'm going to pick the Packers over the Cowboys. Because it's the frozen tundra. It's cold and it's freezing over in Green Bay, and it's icy, and you name it. It's a ice rink. It's gonna be an ice rink probably. I don't know what's gonna be the weather like gonna be there, but it's gonna be cold. At least that's what I've been hearing. But I don't think the Cowboys have a chance with that one. I don't think they're gonna win. But and despite all that, I hate to say it, Dallas has been proving me wrong all year. I gotta admit that. Not a lot of Dallas Cowboy haters will admit it, but I am a Cowboys hater, and I'm admitting this is a good year for the Cowboys and Tony Romo. And yes, I gotta give Tony Romo some credit. He didn't choke like he always been, but I'm still rolling with the Packers over the Cowboys because I think the Packers are just too darn good. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. So, that's who I pick in the division round. And that's it for me for the division round. Oh yeah, I forgot. For the Cowboys getting the wild card game, I totally think that the Cowboys got away with something. I really did. I really think the pass interference call that was picked up, that should have been called a pass interference. I'm sorry. I keep seeing that replay over and over and over again. That was clearly a pass interference. Or at least should have been called for a holding or something. It should have been called. It should have been dropped. It should have been picked up and let it go. No way. I don't know what you guys think about that controversial call. I personally think it was really a bad call. But that's what, you can't do anything about it now, but I truly believe that the Detroit will come back in the playoffs next year. Maybe give the Packers a hard time, but who knows what can happen next year. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the NFL right now. My picks are in for the division round. My thoughts on the wild card with the Cowboys and Lions, and my thoughts with Stewart Scott and his how big of an influence I was with him with sports. Anyways, one more time, rest in peace, Stewart Scott. You're in a better place right now, and we're all gonna miss you. And see you guys all next week. Bye.